My name's Andrew Watson. I'm from Donegal in County Tyrone, and I'm a racing driver. I'm a McLaren GT young driver racing in the British GT. So I'm the youngest competitor this year in British GT by about 3 years. So I've only been racing cars for 4.5, 5 years now, so it's been a pretty quick rise up to the top in the UK anyway. So I sort of have the youthful exuberance on my side. Some of those guys are probably losing a bit of speed, whereas I'm channeling it now. So last time out in Brands Hatch, we qualified third in the grid, which was amazing. We have actually a weight penalty to carry because the way GT3 racing works is that it's normally a pro-am lineup. So we got a professional in the car. He's full attack. He's one of the best drivers in the world. And then the other guy is an am, and he normally funds quite a lot of it. He pays the bills. So he'd be a bronze graded driver, and the professional would be gold. Whereas me and my teammate are both silver graded drivers. So we're not quite professionals yet. Hopefully soon. But as a penalty for that, if my teammate and I didn't have any weight, we'd probably clean up, to be honest with you, because we're not far off the pros, not really much at all, but a good bit ahead of the amateurs. So we have to carry 50 kilos of ballast with us, and that mightn't sound like a lot when the car weighs 1200 kilos, but it does actually make quite a big difference. Sometimes there's a second and a half a lap, and then also just kills the tyres and stuff towards the end of the race. So to qualify third in the grid with that penalty last time, I think just showed everybody what sort of talent that we have. And there's only 2 cars on the grid, us and one other car, that has to carry the penalty, so it's very hard that way. So we haven't actually had a podium yet. We can see the trophies behind me. None of them are actually from this year, unfortunately, but hopefully soon. We won for a really good result last weekend in Brands Hatch, but my teammate had a bit of a disaster for first stint. We were in third, and in order for us to win the race, we really have to capitalise on that first stint, because the first stint and the start of the race is where all the amateurs start. So we really have to make that work for us, because whenever I hop in the car for the last hour and 10 minutes, I've got guys like Adam Carroll. He's from Northern Ireland. He won the A1 GP Championship 2012. He's a huge name in motorsport. Breathing down my neck with less weight in the car and probably slightly fresh tyres. So my teammate really has to make it work in the first stint and have a little bit of a gap for me, because to hold off those guys for an hour and 10 minutes with a slightly slower car is no mean feat. So we got on the radio and said, he was sitting in third, and we said, look, you have to push, you have to try and get past these guys, and we need to be leading by the end of your stint whenever we get into the pits. So he went for it, and it didn't work. He made contact with another car and spun, went down to 13th. So he went again for it, and the exact same thing, tried to pass another car and spun again, and ended up in the gravel. So we lost 3 laps, so we were 4 laps down by the time we came into the pits, and we were, I think, 25th or 26th overall. And I got in and sort of had to do my part, because apart from the results, everyone is watching me and what I do. And, the guys come away from the track and analyse the data that comes from the car for the next week. There's no such thing as, we're out of the race, we'll just cruise home. So I still had to do my bit and hopped in the car, and I think we were 25th and we finished 10th. So that was really good from my point of view, and the team were really happy with that. So that was the main thing for me, to just get in and do a good job, because we hadn't had a good race up to them, but we salvaged something at least. I suppose one of the first things you have to do in this game is beat your teammate. So I've been doing that now for the last couple of weekends, and that's great. And you have to work together, because obviously we're driving the same car and we're looking for the same result, but it's always nice to have a leg up on him. And I drove really well at the weekend, performed really well, so everyone at McLaren GT is really happy with me. So we've only got 2 races left, and it's quite an important time to excel. So I think that was a perfect timing. And there's normally a couple of big endurance races in Dubai, Abu Dhabi and Bathurst out in Australia at the end of the year. If I keep it going now, hopefully I'll get supported and funded to go out there at the end of the year and do a couple of races, and that's really the short-term goal for this year.